Agreeableness, empathy, and helping, a person-to-situation perspective. What are the links among pro-social motives, empathy, and helping behavior? Motivation is a state directed towards some goal. It explains the persistence of goal-directed behavior. Agreeableness is associated with being sympathetic, generous, forgiving, and helpful. It is one of the major dimensions of personality. For experiment number 1, participants were university undergraduates. The Big Five inventory was used to measure personality. Reactions to ordinary or everyday helping, in which an individual's car broke down on the other side of the road, that if they stop to help, they may be late. An extraordinary helping, in which participants enter a burning house to save a life. In both situations, participants were asked what percentage they would be willing to risk to be able to save the life of a friend, sibling, and a stranger. For experiment number 2, a total of 87 university undergraduate students participated. Participants were made to listen to an interview with Katie, who recently lost her parents and a sibling while struggling to take care of 2 other siblings while trying to graduate. After listening, participants filled out a form on which they could volunteer to help Katie. For experiment number 3, 2 listening perspective conditions were given: empathy focus, which concentrates on the emotions of the victim, and technical focus, which concentrates on the technical aspect of the broadcast. An emotional reaction questionnaire assessing emotions was also given. Experiment number 4, procedures were virtually identical to the procedures in the previous experiments, only that the group status was changed to the cost of helping. For the low cost, volunteer a minimum of 1 hour to 20 hours, and for the high cost, a volunteer of minimum of 5 hours, increasing in 5-hour increments. Agreeableness and helping is closely tied to empathic concern. Differences noted between people with high and low in agreeableness. Helping increased when less motivated person, low in agreeableness, was reminded to empathize, making their helping comparable to persons high in agreeableness. Keen received more aid than did non-keen. In everyday helping contexts, respondents were more likely to help keen in poor health than keen in good health. Meanwhile, the reverse was true in life or death helping situations. This suggests that people with high agreeableness were more willing to risk to help others in both ordinary and extraordinary situations. When it comes to saving the lives of siblings and friends, there was no evidence that agreeableness predicted helping differences. Instead, people with high agreeableness were more willing to save strangers. For people low in agreeableness, they provide less help than their peers, presumably because they have lower levels of pro-social motivation than do their peers who are high in agreeableness. They may help less because they lack skills in shifting the focus of these emotional reactions to the victim and his or her needs. People with high in agreeableness offered more help to more kinds of victims across a wider range of interpersonal situations than do their peers who are low in agreeableness, more emotionally responsive to others than their peers. Thus, they appear to be rated for helping because they have higher levels of pro-social motivations than their peers.